Today on Law Review, navigating your way through a flood insurance claim. If you are one of the many New England residents whose home was recently hit hard by water damage, you may soon find yourself drowning in paperwork. Today, Lexington attorney Gina Ghioldi is here to help you navigate your way through the insurance claims process. Hi, Gina.
Hi there.
Thanks for joining us.
Happy to.
At this point, people have located their policies. They're looking at the fine print, but how do you figure out what the fine print really says when oftentimes it's in this legalese that's so hard to understand?
You're right. It's in the legalese, and the reality is, even if you have a great agent working with you, you still need to make sure that you understand the policies that you have. So the first thing to do, of course, pull out the policies and take a look at them contractually. Do the best you can to try to understand what's covered by what policy. So at the time that you call your agent and you report your loss, you've got a little bit of an idea in your head already.
Would it help to have an attorney look at it?
You know, you really don't need to have an attorney look at it right off the bat. We'd like to think that as soon as we file a claim, the insurance company is going to step up to the plate and give us the money that we want for the damages that we have. That may very well be their intention, but the reality is the process isn't quite that simple. But you don't need to involve an attorney right away. What you do need to do is call your agent and make sure that you report the loss. At that time, they will assign an adjuster to your case, somebody who's going to come out and take a look at whatever property damage that you have. And what you should do is get ready for that. Make sure that you put together very clear records and photographs of exactly the damage that you have, and pretty much build your case to show them why you deserve to be reimbursed the money that you think you should be.
So do you actually get reimbursed for the replacement cost of an item or what you paid for an item?
Oh, it all depends on what your policy says, and that's another reason to go through and really familiarize yourself with that contract. When you're actually putting together your case, so to speak, for the adjuster, pull the receipts that you have, if you have them, from the items that were actually purchased. If you have to do repairs to protect your property from further damage, you know, at that sudden time that things are happening, keep all the documents and all the receipts for that. Hand them over, keep copies for yourself, or keep the originals for yourself and give them copies, and see what the adjuster comes back and says. The better that you make your case, the more likely you are to get a figure near where you should have it.
Is there any way you could get an advance?
You can get a partial payment or an advance in certain circumstances, but you have to ask for that. And again, if you've got your documentation and your photographs and all your information clearly outlined, you have a better chance of getting it.
And how much time do people have to file a claim?
Well, actually, under the National Flood Insurance Program, you have 60 days to file that. So really do it as quickly as possible. And if you're not satisfied, you don't get an adjuster assigned to you, make sure you call back, stay on it, make sure that you really drive the process. Even if you have a great agent, even if you have a great adjuster, you're in charge. It's your policy.
Now, is that only for people who have specific flood insurance or any homeowner's policy you have?
It depends what type of policy you have, what the procedures are, but if in fact you have a problem under your flood insurance program, you actually can go through an appeal process with FEMA, but you have to have followed very specific requirements in terms of who you talk to at the insurance company, through the adjuster process, maybe their supervisor, to make sure that you've done everything you need to do before you send that appeal letter. So make sure you familiarize yourself with that. There are details to follow.
So if as a last resort you're not getting any of the results, you disagree with what the insurance company says, your adjuster's not helping you out, you've checked with an attorney, what other things could you possibly do?
Well, under your homeowners, you can actually ask for an appraisal under your contract. So you can have somebody come and give a valuation that's a neutral party. You can do that. Under the flood insurance, you can actually appeal through FEMA. If you're not satisfied, then you go and you speak with an attorney and you find out your recourse. You can file a lawsuit if that's what it takes.
Okay. Just quickly, anything else we need to know?
Well, you know, there's a lot of information actually on our website at ghioldilaw.com. We've got more information there to help you through and recognize what it is you need to know going into the claims process.
Okay, sounds pretty complex. Gina, thanks very much for helping us wade through it.
Well, thanks for having me.
And a reminder, you can see all of the